Ya oke guys, jadi sudah ketemu ya biang masalahnya ya. Solusinya gue cari sendiri rupanya. Ujung-ujungnya aja. Padahal gue udah buka YouTube. Gimana cara ngilangin nge-lag pas lagi video cutscene ya di game Honkai Starrail. Aduh. Kita turunin aja FPS-nya ya. Resolusi rendah. Anti aliasing biar gak burik-burik amat ya. Oke, 30 fps sih nggak apa-apa ya. Iya nggak apa-apa. Ternyata masalahnya FPS waktu gua lagi recording ya gitu ya. Oke. Tapi 30 fps nggak apa-apa lah ya. Nanti kapan-kapan kalau udah punya device bagus mungkin kita mainnya di 60 fps. Soalnya gua sambil recording makanya jadinya nge-lag gini kan. Oke, ini settingan gua sih. Nggak begitu tapi cukup lah ya. Settingan medium ini. Oke, kita coba lagi ya nonton video tadi ya. Katanya si Asta kena serang, si Herta kena serangan, terus si Asta menghilang. Bentar video tadi. Pantesan ya kok ada yang nggak bisa ya. Selama ini rupanya gue bikin setting 60 fps tuh malah itu videonya jadi gitu ya. Oke, kita coba nonton video lagi. Nah, baru lancar kan?
This is an urgent broadcast. The great Madame Herta, member 83 of the Genius Society, has been targeted in an attack at the space station. Her current whereabouts are unknown, with no group having stepped forward to claim responsibility. Many Heritors are upset at the ineptitude of upper management, having issued strong protest and condemnation.
Lihatlah, bisa-bisanya menyinggung orang penting seperti Nyonya Herta. Memang benar, manajemen stasiun luar angkasa ini sangat buruk. Lupakan soal Legion, bisa-bisanya Nyonya Herta diserang di lawak sendiri. Apa-apaan ini? Aku benar-benar benci hama ini. Tapi harus diakui, setelah krisis Legion, stasiun luar angkasa sudah lakukan tugasnya dengan baik dalam merevitalisasi dan membangunnya kembali. Benar juga. Ini masalah lain. Selain itu, mereka sejak awal tidak pernah kompeten. Nah, itu dia. Tapi bukannya yang penting itu keselamatan Herta. Lebih baik jangan kepo sama urusan orang lain. Ini kan tugas ASTA untuk pikirkan hal ini. Yang perlu kita amati adalah hasilnya. Soal bagaimana melakukannya itu urusan mereka. Mereka yang harus mikir. Alasanmu memang aneh, tapi kamu mengatakan fakta. Pilot kabel tanpa SIM. Benar sekali, si serba tahu. Kamu sudah ucapkan isi pikiranku. Teman-teman, tujuan utama kita adalah jangan sampai ada penyusup. Bagus, kamu lulus tes. Jadi begitu ya openingnya. Langsung nge-glitch.
Mr. Scrollum, this was a premeditated attack.
Kok gue kena tangkap?
Their target was the space station, but their strategies are still unknown to us.
That's right. Which is precisely why we need him.
Nah, kan jadi videonya gak ngelik lagi. Nah, ini dia si Dr. Ausio. Terakhir kali kita. Ada apa nih? Kok sus banget ya?
This is Dr. Ratio of the Intelligentsia Guild, a delegate from the IPC.
He's only just woken up, dazed. He may need a few pointers. We cross paths again. Do you remember me? Of course. Why would you? Memory is such a fickle thing, after all.
Mr. Trailblazer, you must have many questions. Please be patient. ASTA will explain it all to you.
You probably know the gist of things already. A few system hours ago, one of Madame Herta's puppets was attacked by an unknown perpetrator. We don't know the location of the puppet, and we can't pinpoint its signal.
Oke. Memangnya tidak ada kamera pengawas?
No. The attack happened on a base outside the station, beyond the surveillance camera's range.
Nah, kutukan puppetnya masih banyak. Kerta yang asli kan mungkin aja lagi nginep.
She's away on a visit. This issue didn't seem to trouble her much.
She received an invitation from the IPC before the attack occurred.
Ah, the technology department.
Nanti
Charming
muka
little place,
lagi.
isn't it? Madame Yabuli does possess some semblance of competence, but her subordinates? Oh, they're a riot. Brimming with enthusiasm, yet utterly devoid of intellect. It's as if evolution halted prematurely for them. They want to start some new collaborations with Herta, and have graciously extended an invite for me to play the role of science consultant. It's delightfully amusing. I can't wait to witness firsthand how these geniuses from the so-called Super Smart Club squander the IPC's vast resources. However, this attack was timed a little too well. I can't help but wonder if someone leaked this information. And
I've long heard that you're one of the best researchers in the guild, Dr. Ratio. We are honored to have your assistance.
Save your flattery. Time is hardly a luxury we can squander. To debate the merits of mere mortals in the company of an actual genius? Quite the paradox, if you ask me. Excuse me, you. Tell me, what were you doing the last time you saw that puppet?
Mendengarkan keluh kesah ASTA.
I do remember that happening, I think.
Don't play the fool. Think.
I think I was.
Beberapa jam waktu yang lalu.
I need your help with something else. That curio's gone missing, and I can't just forget about it. Go find it for me when you have the time. I'm sure you can manage that, can't you? Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's alive, but it doesn't have a body. Send me a signal when you see traces of it.
Apa
I
tuh?
think she mentioned something important, but I can't remember. If only there were some hints. Then maybe.
Anyway, keep up the good work. I need to go out for a bit. Go ask Asta if you want someone to help you.
My memory is kind of hazy. What did I do after that?
Kita flashback. Oke, soal benda langka ya.
This is what I recall before I met Herta, but I can't remember some of the details. Let me try to remember the conversation with Asta.
Oke, jelajahi dulu.
A curio that's alive but doesn't have a body. Maybe the researchers at the departments of ecology or insight may have an idea? Hinkle and are around here somewhere. I'd suggest you ask them about it.
Asta seems to have mentioned two names. Two researchers from the departments of ecology and insight.
I saw it. I saw that person disappear. They vanished right before my eyes.
What do we do?
Yeah, whatever. Just let the professionals deal with it. Did you finish your work?
I can't recall the other person, but one of...
I say, wonderfully intelligent-looking young lady.
All right. Just cut the pleasantries and tell me how it's going.
No need to be modest. At my age, you get a feel for intelligence. Though I confess I did hear someone say you were the shining star of the Department of Insight.
I have faith in your abilities. So, how about my offer? Why not come with me after this is done?
See this material here? People are so inconsiderate. I'm not getting any younger, and my eyesight is failing. Do you think you can...
Sure thing. Anyway, keep your eyes peeled. I'll be bringing you something big soon.
It's happening again. The words in my memory are all jumbled up.
It's been so long, and there's still no response.
There's something fishy going on. How come they haven't recovered anything? They're hiding something.
Those managers are useless.
Intel dari Departemen Ekologi. Oke.
Those despicable villains are distorting the truth online. Ugh. If I discover who's behind this, they're gonna wish they'd never crossed me. A curio that's alive but doesn't have a body? Isn't that just a jinx?
Jinx.
Oh, nowadays people call them wababoos?
Wababu. Sepertinya ada yang tidak benar.
Well, I might be the Department of Ecology head, but I'm not the most knowledgeable person when it comes to curios. Adler would be of more help, but he's been investigating some paranormal phenomenon. I haven't seen him all day.
Jadi aku bukan cuma harus menemukan benda langkat, aku juga harus menemukan orang nih.
I must say, it's a little embarrassing for the space station to be in such disarray while guests are visiting. We've been through a huge crisis and are still recovering. But there are some who are trying to exploit the chaos to agitate. People are growing more and more distrustful of the management here. It's probably turned into a big headache for ASTA too. Never mind, I shouldn't be telling you this. It's something that we researchers need to resolve ourselves. Pretend I didn't say anything.
Adler. Right.
Jelajahi memorimu dan dapatkan petunjuk penting dalam bentuk titik buta memori. Berisikan namamu dari kecurigaan.
Then
Adler. Pokoknya ini kayaknya kayak waktu lagi itu ya.
And what's that?
Si babu itu kan yang bentuknya kayak hantu. Kok ada apa sini?
A curio that's alive but doesn't. Maybe
Tadi udah
painful?
lewat ya. Malah lupa.
Adler was with Arlen.
Oh iya, tapi sebelum-sebelumnya ya.
What? He went to the scene alone with Peppy? How could you let him?
Calm down, Brother Arlen. I know you're upset.
We're walking the dog.
We're having a walk.
Like I said, we're walking the dog.
So I'm the dog?
They seem to be hiding something.
Is there something you need?
Aku lagi cari Adler.
Oh, really? What a coincidence. We're looking for him too.
Lah tadi katanya jalan-jalan.
That kid sure is brave, running straight to the scene on his own.
Katanya kalian sudah ajak anjing jalan-jalan.
Yes, well, Peppy isn't here, you see. Brother Arlen, I can't keep this up anymore.
Can you leave the talking to me next time?
Ada masalah.
Let's walk and talk. Why are you looking for Adler? A lost curio. I see. He'll be able to help. Careful. The fragmentum in this area is very unstable.
Let's make it quick.
Time for a shot.
This is our chance.
How much?
Another job for Meg.
Untuk kok jadi black hole begitu? Yang di luar.
No, not this road.
Ih, siapa tuh?
Over there. As I thought, he's in trouble. Let's go.
Stay alert.
My turn.
Au.
Made to be broken.
Dia nuggetnya 3, buset.
Naughty child. Nap time. Let's start today's duty. Tough luck running into me. Phew. I'll try hard some. Watch this awesome move.
I don't mess up.
Just a little something.
Oh,
Let's go.
sorry for bothering you.
Here.
How much?
Langsung rata kena ultinya si Liga.
Peppy, are you okay?
Kamu yang paling paham soal benda langka.
That's me. What's up?
He wants to ask you something about curios. I'll leave you to it. Adler, Peppy's in your hands now. Oh, about that investigation I asked for.
Don't worry. I think I figured something out. Catch you later. So, which curio do you want to know about?
Ia tidak punya tubuh tapi hidup.
That's all you got? Too abstract.
Itu saja yang Helta bilang.
Well, there's beauty in the abstract, I guess. Have you asked the Department of Ecology head?
Katanya itu mungkin Wobabu.
She's not wrong. But that doesn't feel entirely right either.
Aku dengar di sesuatu seperti itu juga ada di bla bla bla.
What did I say?
Now that you mention it, I have a wild hypothesis, but it needs verifying. Let's call it a day. Wait for me. I'll be in touch.
Adler seems to have gotten a lead, but what was the information I forgot? And from whom? What?
Tidak, ingatan yang samar. Karena ada ingatan yang samar, mungkin akan muncul konteks bla 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 dalam percakapan. Oke, menggunakan titik buta memori akan membangkitkan memori samar yang terkait. Oke, bisa
Let's go
dipakai ya.
over it from the start. I may have overlooked something. Right. Asta mentioned another name.
Makainya gimana ya?
My memories of Arlen and Adler are hazy. I need to remember the other person Asta mentioned.
again in case you forgot. It's alive, but it doesn't have a body. Send me a signal when you see traces of it.
I think she mentioned something. If only there were some hints.
Anyway, keep up the good work. Wait a sec!
Hey, what brings you here, Rich? It's been so long.
I'm not that wonderful. I'm just okay.
It's all taken care of. As long as the money's there, it's all good. Here's the account you asked for. It's legit and secure, allowing you to...
Sure. Can I help you with something?
Oh, you flatter me. I'm just a peddler doing a little business on the side. Small scale. Best left under the table. But if you ever make it big in the guild, don't forget your humble friend, okay?
Again? How many times has it been?
These two aren't making any sense. This is so weird. I can't recall the other person, but...
That's alive, but...
Oke, gunakan titik buta memori.
How's it going? Did you find the information you're after?
Aku belum mengalami kemajuan
I
apapun.
see. Is that what Hinkle and think? At least that counts as a lead. See? My researchers are pretty outstanding.
Aku dengar kamu sedang dalam masalah.
Just business as usual. Nothing to worry about. After the Legion's invasion, the space station has been under... Some researchers have been questioning the management and security of the space station ever since the invasion. Things had settled down a bit with the reconstruction efforts, but the...
Hilangnya para peneliti.
Yes. 4 researchers have inexplicably disappeared in a matter of days. No exit logs, no traces. Vanished. People were just starting to regain their footing after the catastrophe. I didn't want panic to spread, so I suppressed the reports, told the security department to investigate in secret. However, as you can see, it's hard to keep secrets in a sardine can like this. Rebuilding trust is harder than establishing it in the first place. I'm concerned someone's pulling strings to sway public opinion. Anyway, the most important thing is to get to the bottom of the disappearances.
Butuh bantuanku tidak?
That's okay, but thank you for the offer. Aren't you helping Madame Herta with something already? Oh, by the way, I heard about the thing mentioned, and I'll look into it too. I'll find a way to solve the problem for the space station.
So I did consult someone else other than Hinkle. The only thing I remember is that they're from the Department of Insight. The other person should be from the Department of Insight. I need to remember who it is. The other person should be from the Department of Insight. I need to remember who it is.
Ini.
Identifying that person is crucial. It could be the key to making sense of everything.
Hey, what brings you here, Rich? It's been so... It's all taken. Here's the account you asked. Oh, small scale.
Again?
Here too. Did my memory piece...
Posisikan kembali memori yang membingungkan.
Now I remember. The other person is Emily. She was in the base zone. What did Emily say?
pushing my buttons.
Maaf kalau boleh ganggu.
Another smart-looking youngster. Wonderful. Asta told you to find me? A curio that doesn't have a body but is alive. Isn't the Department of Ecology full of curio experts? However, I've heard of such a species. A colleague who came back from a business trip said that the Cienjo Alliance has life forms like that. Don't get me wrong, I was merely relaying information. I didn't mean I'd help you. The atmosphere on the space station has been getting stranger lately.
The Cienjo species Emily mentioned, it seems to be what inspired Adler. The Cienjo species Emily mentioned, it seems to be what inspired Adler.
I figured you'd come to me to uncover the truth. I'm sorry. The situation is very delicate. I can't say anything except that it's a secret mission.
Just as I thought. I vaguely remember that Arlen said more. It's related.
I'm sorry. The situation is very delicate. I can't say anything except that...
Tentang penelitian yang hilang.
How did you know? I see. Could you also tell that Lady Asta was feeling the pressure?
Apa kau sudah menemukan sesuatu?
I'll be honest with you. It's been tough. The surveillance didn't capture anything regarding the researcher's disappearance. There's only one clue. Adler observed that the automatic fire suppression system was momentarily activated around the time the disappearances occurred. That means that every victim's disappearance was accompanied by some inexplicable fire. When we made visits to the scenes, the words they used were spontaneous combustion of the human body.
Tunggu dulu. Bentar, Arlan ngomong apa tadi? Pembakaran spontan pada manusia. Sejujurnya fenomena ini ada sih kalau di real life ya. Walaupun tapi jarang banget sih. Walaupun jarang tapi kasus ini ada. Iya, manusia yang terbakar secara spontan tuh ada dia. Tapi nggak bisa dipastikan juga sih benernya. Tapi kejadian ini katanya ada juga di real life-nya ya. Oke lah. Guys, kayaknya kita stop dulu lah sampai sini ya. Mungkin udah 1,5 jam ini ya. Oke lah guys, kita lanjut aja langsung di part berikutnya ya. Oke. Iya, oke guys, kita di dalam game Honkai Starrail lagi ya. Kita melanjutkan story misi ungu ya. Misi lanjutan. Oke.
No, not this road.
Oh kan ini, ketemu si Adlernya belum. Tadi baru si Arlan.
Have you asked the Department of Ecology head? She's not wrong. But that doesn't feel entirely right either.
What did I say?
Xianzhou Aliens, kayaknya juga ada di Xianzhou.
She's not wrong. But that doesn't feel entirely right either.
Aku dengar seperti itu juga ada di Xianzhou Aliens.
That's right. They're called Heliobi. I guess you could say that Wababoos and Heliobi are sort of like cousins. Both are types of energy life form.
Oh, Heliobus.
Now that you mention it, I have a wild hypothesis, but it needs verifying. Let's call it a day. Wait for me. I'll be in touch.
Spontaneous combustion of the human body. That's most likely the truth. I need to go over it from the start. Starting with
It's alive, but it doesn't have a body. Send me a signal when you see traces of it.
Okay.
I think she mentioned something important, but if only there were some hints.
Bentuk kehidupan energi.
Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's an energy life form. It's alive, but it doesn't have a body. Send me a signal when you see traces of it. That's not the point. I wouldn't be bothering with it if it didn't have something to do with the Genius Society. Anyway, keep up the good work. I need to go out for a bit. Go ask ASTA if you want someone to help you.
Oke, jadi ini rangkumannya ya.
I commend your stamina for recounting that interminable tale. You must be exhausted. So, to sum it up, the last time you laid eyes on Herta was in her office. She sent you on a wild goose chase for some trinket, the curio. After which, if that's the narrative you're sticking to, then indulge me. Who, pray tell, can substantiate this captivating drama?
ASTA.
A second-hand account. She wasn't at the scene. Hearsay hardly counts as compelling evidence, now does it?
Affirmation. We can ask Herta herself.
Well, if you lace up those boots and start sprinting now, you might just catch the IPC shuttle in 4 system hours. But as it stands, not a single soul can corroborate his story.
Mr. Ratio, your style of questioning would seem to have a preconceived bias.
Apologies, it's an unfortunate habit of mine. When one is immersed in academic research, skepticism comes far more naturally than belief. It is also the most efficient method, judging from my experience. Seeking answers with a negative hypothesis in mind is still valid research. It can still help us reach the truth. If he is truly innocent, he can clear his name with answers. Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment. And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name. Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and baubles. And yet, she singles out one nameless ordinary curio? It's hard for me to imagine she would treasure one curio so much.
I doubt Herta is interested in the curio itself.
Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment.
I remember now. Back then.
That's enough pretending. Please be quiet. Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment. And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name.
Herta didn't mention the name of the curio. We were talking about something else, and she just mentioned it in passing. However, she did give a thorough description of the curio. I didn't make that up.
True. You wouldn't be able to make that up.
Why do I feel like I'm being looked down on?
And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name.
Oke, ingat kembali. Ini kali.
I remember now.
That's enough and the assignment involved.
Herta didn't however.
True.
Why do I feel like
And the assignment based on your story and the Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and baubles. And yet, she singles out one nameless ordinary curio? It's hard for me to imagine she would treasure one curio so much.
I remember now. Back then.
That's enough pretend. Herta's collection.
Sure. But you're the one saying the curio in question is ordinary.
Nah, kena sini.
Say what you want to say.
A correct observation, if I may add.
Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and baubles. And yet, she singles out one nameless ordinary curio?
I doubt Herta is interested in the...
Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment.
I remember now.
That's enough. Based on your story and the assignment Herta's collection.
I doubt...
Based on your story, you met with Herta.
I remember now.
That's enough. Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically...
Terus aja ngomong di sini ya.
You wouldn't find it weird.
Don't interrupt other people. Did no one teach you manners? Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment. And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name. That's enough. And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name.
I remember now.
That's enough. And the assignment involves Herta's...
I doubt...
Based on your story and Herta's...
I doubt Herta is interested in the curio itself.
Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you, and the assignment involves a...
Herta didn't mention the name of the curio. However, she did...
True. You...
Why do I feel like I'm...
And the assignment involves a curio that Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and baubles. And yet, she singles out one nameless ordinary curio? It's hard for me to imagine she would treasure one curio so much.
The curio isn't the point. Herta was only interested in it because of its relation to the Genius Society.
Objection.
I would imagine the curio is the creation of a genius. Affirmation. It holds some special meaning to Herta.
Yes. That seems logically sound. Then you said you asked Asta for help with the lost curio.
Okay.
Yes, to get more information about the curio. I didn't get a direct answer, but Asta recommended I seek out a researcher who could help.
Then you said you asked Asta for help with the lost curio. However, she decided to hold her tongue until now?
Mr. Ratio, it's because...
I'm asking him, Lady Asta. Your testimony went out the window the second you started being secretive. However, so what's the story? Are you full of fanciful fiction? Or is Asta the one hoarding secrets like they're going out of style?
Asta isn't trying to hide anything. It's because of her position. Some things shouldn't be said in the open.
What could be more important than Herta's safety?
I agreed for Mr. Ratio to become involved in this. I should consider him one of us. It's okay. You can tell him.
So what's the story? Are you full of fanciful fiction? Or is Asta the one hoarding secrets like they're going out of style?
Ini kali ya.
The space station has been very distrustful of its higher management, ever since the Antimatter Legion's invasion. Another severe incident would further intensify suspicion, and cause great internal strife.
Oh,
Nah, baru nyambung
So
nih.
that explains
Tadi
why
gak tau
Lane
gue
asked to
bingung
approve of
caranya.
my participation. After all, the Intelligentsia Guild's representative wouldn't be linked to the space station, but would still share the IPC's position. They wouldn't be partial to anyone, but would still act for the space station's benefit. 2 birds with 1 stone. Researchers' disappearances, you say? Yes, I've heard the responsibility of sorting out that mess has been thrust upon Arlen, head of the security department.
Yes.
Bela dulu.
I ran into Arlen when looking for Adler,
Adler?
a level 2 researcher. According to the Department of Ecology head, he knows more about curios than anyone else. He happened to be helping Arlen investigate the disappearances.
Well, did he enlighten you?
Adler seemed to have an idea at the time, but he never contacted me again.
Researchers' disappearances, you say? Yes, I've heard the responsibility of sorting out that.
Okay, then.
Clearly, though, it bears no connection to Herta's puppet being attacked.
Bela dulu.
No connection? I disagree. There should be evidence linking them together. If I review a certain record,
Clearly, though, it bears no connection to Herta's puppet being attacked. Cut the act. You're perfectly aware of the point I'm making.
doubt me all you like. I'm just an outsider who got unexpectedly dragged into this mess. You and I are no different. We both stumbled into this, but you decided to assume the role of interrogator.
Anjay.
Oh? Your point being? Cut the act. You're perfect.
Correction.
Researchers clearly cut the act. You're perfectly aware of the point I'm making.
Ini dia.
I remember now.
That's
Oh,
enough
okay.
to cut the act. You're perfectly aware of the point I'm making. Clearly, though, it bears no connection to Herta's puppet being attacked.
Nah, ini dia.
No. If I recall correctly, Asta said, one of Madame Herta's puppets was attacked by an unknown perpetrator. We don't know the location. Isn't that the same as missing?
Ah, mantap.
She did say that. But then what? You need to provide evidence to show incidents are linked.
There should be evidence. Arlen discovered something odd when he was investigating the disappearances. The space station's automatic fire suppression system was momentarily activated around the time the disappearances happened. Arlen mentioned that each victim disappeared
Nah,
due to
masuk
spontaneous
akal guys.
combustion.
Iya.
But there are no signs of a fire anywhere in the space station.
That's what's so odd about it. But this information has an additional layer of importance. This may not be direct evidence, but if the system also recorded the fire suppression system activating when the puppet was attacked, then there's ample evidence to indicate that these two cases are linked.
Mantap.
If these two incidents were caused by the same person, then the suspicion put on you would decrease, provided that this fire suppression record does exist in the system.
We'll see in the main control room. Let's go. Huh? What was that?
Ada WA guys. Itu dia. Datang nih, datang. Apa yang datang? Gosip besar datang. Astaga naga. Tekan untuk mainkan. Oh, ada video guys.
Harrider Newsflash. This is an urgent broadcast. I repeat, this is an urgent broadcast. News has finally emerged regarding the attack on Madame Herta. The Annihilation Gang has claimed responsibility for the incident and warned of further activity. The Guild has expressed utmost condemnation.
The gods of the starry skies have abandoned the world. They give no thought to the masses. Only the wounded savior can bathe the world in the firelight of destruction. Yet always there are cowards trying in vain to reject their favor and escape the wounds. Flee then. Flee as far as you can. No matter the distance, annihilation will find you.
Wow, serem.
declaration of war and an announcement of what's to come. They have set their sights on you. The Legion's impact remains, and the Annihilation Gang is already paying a visit.
This Duke Inferno Ifrit is a life form that hails from
Duke
Pectora,
Inferno.
a world long since destroyed. His race, the ever-burning fire demons, regard Nanook as their emperor and savior, but the Eon has never cast their gaze upon them.
A group of pitiful lunatics. I like Dr. Primitive's assessment of them. The value Nanook sees in the annihilation of fire demons have a cruel temper and instinctively ignite and destroy items. Ifrit is particularly evil and cruel.
Japella Brotherhood. I've heard that name somewhere.
On the Stellaron Hunters wanted posters, they stand accused of inciting the Japella Rebellion, the uprising that caused the downfall of the Brotherhood.
The Japella Palace crumbled in the scorching flames, and Ifrit's power has grown by the day ever since. Something similar is about to happen here. Spontaneous combustion? For him, it's as routine as me finding fault in everything. The disappearance of researchers and the puppet were all part of the plan. And after that video will soon circulate. And this station's fate? Flames. Nothing but flames.
The destruction of trust.
I'm afraid more than trust will be destroyed here. You need to start acting now if you want to survive. You, come with me.
Aku saja nih.
You have a superior strategy? Pray tell, do we set the two of them loose, turning whispered fears into full-blown pandemonium?
If we did that, we'd be at a disadvantage. I'll stay here and try to contain the news as best I can. Please, investigate the issue quickly.
It's getting late. Where to now?
Not good. This is serious. The security department will do whatever we can to help you.
A list of the missing researchers and their details.
Sure, but the security department already combed through their backgrounds and personal relationships. We didn't find anything odd. The Annihilation Gang are a group of die-hard thugs. They might be attacking indiscriminately.
A list of the missing researchers and their details.
Okay.
Take it. Remember these names. Find a friend who's tuned into the gossip around here and tell them you want to know the relationship between these people.
Coba
I
kepikiran
don't
apa?
know. That depends on your friend.
Lama tidak jumpa Pamela. Aturan lama, selebar foto Himeko untuk satu gosip. Dijamin puas. Ngutang dulu boleh nggak? Orang lain sih tidak bisa kasih. Kalau kamu bisa kita bicarakan. Bunga 20% untuk 5 kali transaksi dan ekstra 1 foto. Bisa itu. Memang kamu yang paling bisa diandalkan. Jelas dong. Sekarang soal biaya sudah selesai. Ayo bicara soal bisnisnya. Kirim daftar peneliti yang hilang. Bantu aku cari hubungan di atas kumpulan orang ini. Wah, menarik. Kasus orang hilang ini tersebar cepat, tapi informasinya dijaga sangat ketat. Bahkan daftar nama saja aku tidak punya. Kamu juga tidak puas sama manajemen sini? Mana mungkin, aku ini cuma pegawai kecil. Asalkan bisa bersantai aku sudah puas. Orang-orang yang ngomongin atasan adalah orang yang kurang kerjaan. Mereka suka berekspektasi kemudian kecewa karena tidak sesuai. Berhubungan dengan orang-orang begini tidak ada untungnya. Sangat motivasi, saking banyaknya sudah bisa jadi pamerah teguh. Meskipun sudah mujiku, tapi utangmu tetap harus bayar ya. Kalau ada kabar aku akan kabari kamu.
What else do you need me to do?
Take me to the one who knows the most about curios within the Department of Ecology, if you would be so kind.
He disappeared too.
What? Apa yang terjadi?
I didn't really notice at first. Adler's difficult to get a hold of at the best of times. But it's been a few system hours, and I still can't reach him. The last time I saw him was in the Master Control Zone. He was with Wen Sherling from the Department of Implement Arts.
Lead the way. You said Adler was on the verge of a discovery, yet couldn't confer his knowledge. Intriguing and frustrating, to say the least. If his disappearance is also related to the case here, then maybe he really did stumble upon something.
True. The keywords that got Adler thinking were energy life forms. We need to investigate this.
Dan Heng, aku butuh bantuanmu. Ada apa? Tentang Juke Inferno yang dari Annihilation Gang, bukan? Sebaiknya jangan berurusan dengannya. Ada masalah di stasiun luar angkasa, dan ini ada hubungannya dengan dia. Aran akan ceritakan detail ke kamu. Aku mau tahu lebih banyak tentang dia. Oke, tunggu kabar dariku. Kamu sebaiknya berhati-hati. Kalau ada perubahan situasi, aku akan langsung mengabari. Waduh, ada serangan teror nih.
Welcome to Herta Space Station. That jerk! Jerk! Fine! Disappear! I don't ever want to see your face again!
Siapa yang buatmu jadi kesal begitu?
Oh, it's you. It's Adler. Adler disappeared. He's been acting really weird recently. Always researching stuff like spontaneous combustion, supernatural activities. He doesn't even answer me when I speak to him. He was talking to himself.
What did he talk about?
He kept saying the word phrase.
Phrase.
Kita akan temukan kembali.
Who said I want him back? But if you want to find him, he was reading this booklet the last time I saw him. I don't know exactly what he's searching for, but I hope it can help you.
Guys, ini aku sudah dapat hasil. Iya, tapi agak rumit ceritakan. Para korban ini memiliki latar belakang yang beragam dan memang tidak ada keterkaitan yang signifikan. Tapi mereka semua pernah mengungkap pernyataan yang sangat kontroversial di dunia maya yang ditujukan kepada manajemen dan memiliki banyak pendukung. Apa? Sudah kuduga hasil ini pasti akan buat orang berpikir kalau ini akan berubah. Tapi sayangnya inilah kenyataannya. Terima kasih.
Your countenance suggests tragedy.
Ceritakan teman Pamela.
So the researchers who disappeared were at the forefront of challenging management. Isn't that a curious puzzle piece? I finished browsing through this booklet while you were replying to messages. It recorded the lives of a few Genius Society members. I'd say it contains some interesting... It's time to go back and chat with Lady Asta and Mr. Screwlum.
Itu ada WA masuk. Ifrit ini agak rumit. Maksud Setan api Vetora memiliki sifat yang ganas dan kejam. Akan tetapi, Ifrit bisa dan mudah menjadi pemimpin suku. Di antara setan api, sifat api yang dia miliki itu termasuk jenis yang unik. Apa maksudnya? Dalam berbagai peristiwa kejam yang dipicu oleh... Waduh, bentar. Oke. Novel pemberontak muncul dari Afrika. Berbeda dimensi. Kurang lebih begitu. Jumlah catatan yang berhubungan sangat terbatas. Entah apakah ini bisa dibantu atau tidak. Sudah cukup membantu kok, terima kasih. Baguslah kalau begitu. Oke. Oke. Iya. Bentar, sorry guys. Bentar guys, sebenarnya gua tadi ngantuk ya. Jadi time skipnya agak kejauhan nih. Agak berapa hari ya gitu ya. Oke, kita lanjut aja ya. Kebingungan orang awam. Sorry guys. Ini potongannya jauh kali ya. Aduh, oke lah. Biasanya kita ke ada ASTA sama skill. Hampir lupa gua di sini tadi.
You're back. I've been monitoring the dark web. I barely managed to stop the video from spreading. The incident hasn't grown any bigger for now. How are things with you?
Less than promising. Or to use a different phrase, we're in deep trouble. We're running out of time. Let's retrace our steps and evaluate the situation. From the data we've collected, there are 3 avenues we can explore.
Penjelasan dimulai.
Oke. Adler's disappearance. He must have come across some
Adler also.
Ini sama kayak perdebatan nih.
You think that Adler's discovery drew the enemy's attention?
Indeed. And I already know what he found. First, Adler's disappearance. He must have come across some vital
Adler ya, baklet
information.
yang dibaca Adler.
I understand. So the answer is
Tenuous connections.
Bisa
First,
ya.
Adler's
Oke, kita
next
cek dulu
angle
satu ya.
is what the victims have in common. Distasteful as that discussion may be.
Distasteful discussion.
A mere glance at their background would indicate they share no commonalities. However, after browsing through their online records, you discover they all wield
Hampir gue lupa,
influence on
gue hampir
space
lupa
station's
sebenarnya sama
dark
story
web.
ini. Pokoknya tentang orang yang hilang gitu ya, karena api misterius ini ya.
Lady Asta must know
Aduh.
what. The next angle, last, is the abilities of Duke Inferno and
Duke
the secret
Inferno.
of spontaneous human combustion. You probably already know about this.
Oh,
The fire demon of Fatora, the Duke of the Annihilation Gang. There is another secret with Ifrit. Last
gitu. Kita tunjukin
is
dulu.
the abilities of Duke
Tuh.
Inferno and the
Frasa-
secret of spontaneous human combustion.
Api Ifrit, kayaknya ini ya petunjuk. Oke, ini dia bener berarti.
During prior unrest instigated by the Everflame
Ifrit.
Mansion, some testified to seeing miscreants materialize from the Inferno. The flickering tongues of Duke Inferno's fire carrying a certain property, and this property is the secret behind spontaneous human combustion. Look, the answer is right there. This booklet describes a kind of fire that can phase through dimensions, claiming it burns through worlds, leaving numerous scions of flame.
It's the phase flame. The creation of member number 29, Sir Kal. She
Serkal.
was an amazing genius. Intelligent, kind, and humble.
Humble.
However, she lived for a mere 29 days on the human calendar.
What the?
Such a pit. The phase flame shifted into a different phase as soon as it was created. When it returned to this phase, Serkal had already passed away. It then continued to shift through phases, making its capture impossible.
This booklet describes a kind of fire that can phase the kindling of this unique flame. Must be the missing curio that Hurt has been searching for.
Somebody was once able to glimpse the traces of the phase flame and obtained a wisp of its kindling. Herta, if Ifrit is a scion of the phase flame, then the entire
Kindling of this
Ifrit
unique
jin Ifrit jin
flame.
api
I
ya.
fear that this is the truth Adler discovered. Undoubtedly, the curio Herta asked to find was the phase flame. And Adler already discovered the relationship
ini dia.
between spontaneous human combustion
Ini
and the
kuncinya,
phase
guys.
flame through the I fear
Objection.
that this is the truth Adler discovered.
Buklet ya tadi. Ini dia.
When Schurling said, Adler kept muttering about a phrase before he disappeared. I believe this word was actually phase. He saw Member 29 Serkal's research as a scion of the phase flame. Duke Inferno would naturally share similar capabilities. Full-on phase shifting may be a bit too ambitious for him, but teleportation, that is the truth of the spontaneous human combustion. The researchers didn't disappear. They were moved.
Begitu. Kebenaran pembakaran. Oh, kirain dibakar beneran guys sampai gosong. Rupanya maksud dia, kata Dr. Rasyoni, apinya itu dipindahkan gitu. Api itu semacam teleportasi. Bukan dibakar secara harfiah ya. Maksudnya bukan dibakar sampai gosong orangnya ya. lebih mirip kayak teleportasi ya, tapi ya bentuknya api gitu ya. Oke. Berarti sudah jelas ya semuanya.
We don't know where the victims went, but Duke Inferno's plan is now clear. And the sudden and consecutive disappearances provided the best environment
Berarti
for
orang-orang
chaos
peliti
to
yang
fester.
hilang karena itu ya dipindahin.
Once the seed of unrest
Tapi
is
nggak tahu kenapa
sprouted,
dipindahin ya.
he will then send out an
Anggap aja
announcement
gitu intinya,
for
guys.
imminent attack. It will push the crisis. The next step would be to ignite the spark. Look at those researchers who disappeared. What would happen if someone realized their similarities? I need say no more.
It was all a premeditated trap to stir up chaos on the space station.
We're running out of time.
Iya, ada WA guys. Pilot tanpa apa ini? Hilangnya para peneliti berhubungan dan pemuka pendapat di dark web stasiun luar angkasa. Wah, Departemen Keamanan saja masih belum tahu. Beritamu talk chair juga. Talk chair bahasa itu. Bahasa gaul di Indonesia guys. Aduh, gua lupa juga talk chair apa ya. Cepet ya. Aku juga baru tahu dapat dari grup sebelah. Rasanya terlalu dipaksakan, tapi kalau ini benar, aku mencium bau rencana busuk. Tujuan rekayasa kasus orang hilang itu sebenarnya untuk menyingkirkan orang yang melawannya. Cih, caranya bagus juga. Sayangnya keadilan harus ditegakkan. Manajemen harus mengundurkan diri semua. Tapi kalau beneran begitu, bukannya grup ini jadi bahaya?
This...
No, it isn't enough.
Belum cukup ya?
Indeed, it needs one more spark.
What do you mean?
If you limit your involvement to this, there's still room for excuses. If it were me, I wouldn't give you the chance.
What the?
Could it be?
Huh? What is it?
Weh. Enggak, tenang guys. Dia dipindahkan kok.
Stay calm.
Nah kan
Asta
bener.
was merely teleported.
Karena dokter Rasio udah jelasin udah. Enggak. Ya, gua kaget juga sih tiba-tiba kok kebakaran. Tapi cepet banget hilangnya ya. Tapi untungnya juga sih MC kita cepet ya guys, langsung gercep ya.
Asta is still within the confines of the space.
Oke, kita harus ngapain dulu sekarang
That
nih? Ini
flame
si Astanya
must still be
dipindahin
somewhere
nih.
inside the station. Find it, and we'll find a way to bring her back.
A splinter, you
Siapa
say?
yang ngomong tuh?
The arrogance of the gifted is charming in its own way. Try then if you must.
It seems that Duke Inferno didn't deign to personally grace the space station. He merely cast infernal fire into our midst to wreak havoc among the researchers. When the fire fizzles out, his malevolent plans will vanish without a trace.
I will head to Herta's office and activate the folded space in the curio storage room. With some changes to its parameters, I can use it to block the fire's teleportation routes and seal it inside the station. Mr. Ratio, please go with Mr. Trailblazer and contain the fire.
Oke. Tangkap dari api harus ada dokter Rasio, memang buset ya. Real. Masukin aja dulu. Ini bedanya apa buset? Ini oh, oke. Sebentar, yang trial bagus nggak ya? Yang ini aja lah ya, nanggungnya beda 4 level. Dipakai aja. Langsung build aja ala kadarnya guys.
You're coming with?
Nggak apa-apa yang
keeping
penting
score.
ala kadarnya. Sinyalnya lagi lemah guys, karena gua lagi sambil itu ya. Oke, oh udah bisa. Cepet juga sih.
Infernal fire is also a form of energy life form. The imaging device will pick up its trace. Follow it. The way is awash with flames. It must have just teleported. Be careful. Get ready to dash into the fire.
Folded space, ruang terlipat yang terdistorsi saat penyebaran api inferno. Jika mencoba untuk menerobosnya, mungkin akan mengakibatkan pergeseran koordinat ruang, dan kamu akan muncul di titik lokasi yang tidak diketahui. Oke. Ruang terlipat yang digunakan stasiun luar angkasa untuk menghadapi benda langka yang melarikan diri. Oh, begitu ya.
See, it's still in the space station. Like Scrollum said, it cannot escape from here.
Itu
Do you
ya.
know what to do with cornered prey? Hunt it to the death.
Iya, sesuai petnya Dr. Rasiohan ya. Folded space. Ayo kita kejar guys. Halo. Ayo lu, kemana lu?
The fire is dying. This place is
It's still resisting. The fold in the space has shifted. I can deduce its escape route with a mere glance.
Ini tabok. Nggak usah lah ya, lihat aja. Oh nggak usah, oh muter pula kita guys. Ini mekanisme baru sih ini. Tempat pindah-pindah. Tunggu, kita balik dulu. Bentar, mana arahnya? Oh, berarti ke sini, ke lantai 2-nya. Ayo lo, ketangkep lo.
Why? This has nothing to do with you.
The flame is getting weaker. Duke Inferno can't maintain it anymore.
Nah, aduh, nge-glitch lagi guys. Perasaan enggak. Ini nih gerbangnya. Something wrong. Harusnya nggak begini sih. Oke, balik lagi. Tadi gua kesini, terus lewatnya situ nggak mungkin, itu diblokir ya. Ini aja, nanti terus kesini. Kok balik lagi? Gimana caranya? Oh, berarti tombol kembali ya sih dia. Oh, udah ketemu akhirnya. Udah cuma ngasar.
Seems like this chase is about to end.
Ketemu loh, udah kecil dia menciut.
It's over.
Ignorant fools blindly chasing the firelight, not knowing that the blessings of destruction already lie at their feet. It is little wonder that even the descent of the Savior's Legion was unable to cleanse this place.
Dia nih siapa sih, kok rusuh banget deh.
A small fragment of consciousness in there is gone. Duke Inferno has discarded this fire. Oh? No. Hold on.
Kenapa tuh? Masih gelut nih. Apa nih? Walah. Kan betulan gelut. Buset, mana banyak lagi. Oke, battle kita. Ini orangnya main nyepak-nyepak aja ya. Nggak ada target lain apa ya. Aduh, salah pencet seharusnya. Ini gue pecahin yang ini dulu. Break. Nah, ini aja lah. Bahas ini dulu.
Let's go. I'm asking questions. Answer me.
Saya malah pencet kiri pula. Tapi nggak apa sih. Buat ini biar debuffnya hilang. Oke, ronde 2. Yuk kita lihat nih. sampai ngelag. Mantap. Wih, buset. Ini musuh dari Xianzhou rupanya ya. Ya, dia kena banyak. Nikmat. What the hell? Itu gua baru tahu musuhnya kayak begitu. Di break. Jadi jadi es lagi nih.
Let's make it quick.
Mantap. Masih hidup dia, ada ronde 2-nya. Nggak puas betul ya. Mau pukul. Oke, clear. Kelar juga akhirnya guys. Ngilang dia.
Good work. You did very well.
Bagaimana dan Asta?
Rest assured, Asta only had a fright. She is recovering in the clinic. While you were chasing the enemy, the security department also found the missing researchers. Affirmation. They are all safe and sound.
Oke, mantap. Nggak ada beninggo ya. Kok bisa ketemu?
It was all thanks to Adler.
Loh, Adler ngapain?
They fell into a spatial curio and could not leave until the Department of Ecology's most knowledgeable curio expert solved it from within.
Gitu ya si
Many of
Adler
them were
emang
shaken by their
jadi
experience
walaupun
when
bocil.
Arlen found them, but they are otherwise fine.
Apa masalahnya sudah selesai?
Yes, it is over.
Kok selalu merasa kalau peranmu sangat sedikit ya?
This business is over, and I believe the space station will be able to deal with any internal aftershocks. In Herta's stead, I thank you for your efforts, sir. But there is one mystery that remains unsolved. And that is something I must deal with myself.
Oke, itu baru urusan dia ya. Ada WA guys. Sudah dengar belum? Kepala peneliti ASTA juga diserang. Duk Inferno ini licik punya komplotan. Sejak dulu serangan psikologis adalah serangan yang paling mengerikan. Wah, real nih. Memang sepertinya Annihilation Gang bukan cuma bertarung dan membunuh saja seperti yang diceritakan. Kalau kepala peneliti tidak diselamatkan, kita semua akan kena imbasnya. Belum tentu, mungkin saja ini rencananya sendiri, menggunakan cara yang menyakiti diri untuk membalikkan keadaan. Masuk akal juga sih. Cukup ya kamu kalau ngomong jangan terlalu omong kosong. Kalau dipikir-pikir, memangnya sepadan dan usahanya. Melakukan semua itu cuma untuk beberapa netizen yang cuma bisa berkomentar di internet. Iya sih. Ngomong-ngomong, di mana Rich si serbatau yang paling semangat itu? Oh iya, dia kedengaran sangat serius waktu memasukkan ku ke grup. Coba ku lihat. Oh, kenapa orang ini diam-diam keluar? Oh, ini nih. Dia mau kemana nih? Wah, kena sedot.
I've been waiting.
Fallout from this incident remains. Surely you have plenty of pressing matters to attend to. Or is the safety of the space station beneath your concern?
Answer. That is exactly why I came. After all, the principal figure in this whole affair is right here.
When did you start to doubt me?
When one is immersed in academic research, skepticism comes far more naturally than belief. I've had the same bad habit as you since the beginning, Mr. Ratio.
I must say I'm quite honored, Mr. Screwlum. But to explain, why opt for silent wisdom when you already had the pieces of the puzzle?
For curiosity's sake. Affirmation. I made the same decision as you, to accompany and observe.
Oh, and when did you become convinced?
Objectively speaking, aside from some minor spiritual trauma, no researchers were hurt in this attack, which never aligned with the Annihilation Gang's modus operandi. Logic? A third party saved them.
Had I not fortuitously acquired a spark of the phase flame and intervened in Duke Inferno's teleportation, those people would already be space waste, floating past the windows here.
You are more candid than I calculated.
But still behaving within your calculations, no? One last question, Screwlum. Genius though you are, can you deduce why I did this?
I cannot be sure and can only hypothesize. Helping the weak hints at the merciful instinct of a medical doctor, but maintaining a cool, detached observation
Kalau
reveals
ngomong
the
bisa nggak
strictness of
agak
a
dekat
scholar.
dikit? Gak usah sambil jauh-jauh
And
gitu lah.
pulling the strings
Kayak
from
mau
behind a
berdua.
curtain is akin to laying down the gauntlet to a genius.
The ruler of planet Screwlum is indeed well versed in the human mind. It's a pity you're as much in the ivory tower as other geniuses. You still got one thing wrong. To stand aside and observe is the best treatment one can give. There is a disease called foolishness. That is how the path of erudition has neither reason nor logic. While geniuses wander among the stars, the ordinary can't even trace their footsteps. Those less gifted have no choice but to walk alone, enduring a lifetime of tumbles and triumphs. But even a life marked by failure is a life worth living. It is only in moments of solitude and despair when
Lamanya
I
bacot
have
sih.
a fastidious nature. I cannot stand fools, idiots, or imbeciles. Seeing them fills me with dread. Regrettably, this space station is just like the Intelligentsia Guild, devoid of geniuses and filled with mediocrity.
You wish to uproot the researchers' blind worship of geniuses.
I am only laying out my questions. As for the answers, they'll find them themselves. Pursuit tinged with negativity.
You are indeed more like a medical doctor than a scholar.
As for the spark I leave behind,
I believe ASTA will deal with it properly.
it is also a lesson I left for her. With that, I take my leave. I look forward to future encounters with such brilliant minds. Let's hope they're as memorable as those we had today. A farce full of trivial concerns. Ultimately, they're just mediocre minds.
Anjay, dia bisa gitu ya. Sip, clear akhirnya. Pengunjung Dr. Rasio sudah menjadi pengunjung ekspres. Wih, mantap. Oke, tak. Aku sudah dari kejadiannya. Kerjamu bagus juga. Bagaimana keadaan Asta? Sudah mulai bekerja lagi. Maksudku keselamatannya. Ada aku loh. Kamu masih tidak tenang. Justru karena ada kamu aku jadi tidak tenang. Iya, terserah. Sinyalnya hilang pula. Guys, bentar ya. Sinyalnya hilang. Sayangnya aku belum bisa menemukan face flame. Sudah, lupakan saja. Anggap saja Ruan Mei utang budi padaku. Hal itu lebih berharga. Ya sudah, gitu aja deh. Semua berkat Tuan Rasio. Hah? Siapa itu? Hah? Hah? Gak tahu. Oke, udah selesai ya guys. Kita semuanya. Bentar, intip dulu nih. Rencananya sebentar kita kayaknya biar nggak gua agak bingung, kita balik dulu ya ke Express. Aduh, bentar, gua lagi masih bingung deh. Oh, lagi nyapu dia. Oh, ini dia. Udah ada orangnya aja nih.
How quaint. A space so meticulously curated just for my refined tastes. I suppose perhaps the best part is that even with so many present, there's a delightful scarcity of simpletons.
Ini kayaknya alergi sama orang itu. Siapa yang kamu indah?
Was a compliment.
Itu adalah pujian.
As a nameless who's always on the road, constantly meeting with various characters, don't these encounters become wearisome?
Aku sudah
It's no
terbiasa.
small feat. The average person is easily swayed by their environment after all.
Kalau begitu, aku harap kamu terpengaruh oleh Express.
Go ahead and try. With this mask on, I intend to keep the world at bay.
Mana ya? Buku pengunjung ada. Ini dia. Buku tamu. Terlihat. Astral Express sudah menjadi tempat yang jauh lebih baik daripada banyak tempat di alam semesta ini. Semua ini berkat arsip anime. Oh alah, ini nggak jauh beda sama Danheng. Lain kali kalau ada kesempatan aku mau buat seminar pendidikan di tempat ini. Asta udah. Nanti aja lah. Oke, bentar, kita lihat dulu ada misi apa aja lagi yang belum kelar nih. Ini biru enggak lah, nggak termasuk ini. Kita coba gini aja guys. Kita coba dulu mana enaknya ya. kita kelarin aja lah 2 misi ini ya, yang jarang perhatian sama kreatif waktu nih. Lalu kita bakal nanti timeline dulu. Bakal ujian equilibrium ya, kalau bisa 2 sekaligus nih. Soalnya apa ya, EXP-nya gua tabung mulu nih. Jadi habis ujian equilibrium kita lanjut ke Xianzhou Luofu ya. Oke, kita bakal lanjutin soalnya biar cepet kita, biar sampai ke Penacony ya. Tapi kayak biasa kita sambil jalan-jalan dulu ya, main santai aja gitu ya. Apa lagi yang kurang ya? Kita lihat banner apa aja saat ini. Sekarang masih Sparkle sama Jingyuan ya. Nanti next selanjutnya ada si Acheron. Itu gue pengen banget Acheron. Ini 5.000 mah paling cuma bisa sekali nih. $1.600 kali 4 berapa ya? 400. Iya lah, baru sekitar 30 tiket ya. Aduh, harus semoga aja lah terkejar ya. Ya oke guys, kayaknya kita akhiri aja sampai sini. Oke, dan